Congratulations! You've been specially selected to try a revolutionary system that could make you up to $500,000 richer this year. And this is the exact same system that ordinary people all across the globe are using right now to generate upwards of $40,000 per month. Just take a look at this. These people now live in big houses, drive nice cars, and take month-long vacations. All thanks to one system, the eBay formula. And today, it's your turn. Because with this incredible system, you can be up and running in minutes, and from there, you could finally start raking in those bumper online paydays. In fact, you can make money while you're at the cinema, relaxing on the beach, or spending time with your family. Which means you have the chance to forget about your mundane job. So prepare to give your boss the middle finger, as from today, your life is about to drastically change. And making money couldn't be easier, so you needn't worry about having any special skills, qualifications, or relevant experience, as using the eBay formula is as simple as tying your shoelaces.
The power of eBay formula is absolutely mind-blowing. I first discovered this system 3 months ago, and since then I've made more than $120,000 online. And making that money was so incredibly simple. The system made everything crystal clear, and I didn't have to leave my house or sit in rush hour traffic to make money. The eBay formula has completely changed my life.
And let me just clarify right now that this has absolutely nothing to do with Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, Forex trading, binary options, or any other kind of scam, con, or Ponzi scheme. The eBay formula works with a completely legitimate website, one of the biggest and most well-known sites on the internet. In fact, no doubt you've used this website before on more than one occasion, without having any idea that it could be making you money. The website I'm talking about is, of course, eBay. In case you've been living under a rock, eBay is the digital marketplace where you can buy anything from kitchen appliances, toys and electronic goods, to a collection of antique buttons or someone's worn-out old socks. But eBay is also the platform which allows ordinary people to make thousands of dollars. And the really crazy thing is that most people have absolutely no idea that eBay could be their ticket to a life of luxury.
The eBay formula is absolutely essential for anyone starting out in the world of e-commerce. Before I discovered this system, I wasted months of my time, as well as hundreds of dollars, messing around with Shopify, pay-per-click advertising, and affiliate marketing, only to be left out of pocket. Now I make more than $40,000 every single month, and I have more free time than I know what to do with.
Thanks to the power of the eBay formula, hundreds of ordinary people have been using eBay to make life-changing sums of money. And it's no wonder when you consider just how many customers are making eBay purchases every second. In fact, eBay has 170 million active buyers every quarter, and an annual revenue of $10 billion. The power of e-commerce is truly undeniable, with online sales of physical products in the USA amounting to $446.8 billion in 2017, with a projection of $700 billion by the year 2020. And those figures don't even account for the sale of digital goods, such as ebooks, music, games, movies, courses, experiences, and more. And that's just the United States. There are 195 countries in the world, all online right now, spending money. China, for instance, with a population of 1.4 billion people, reported that more than 20% of all sales now take place online. And that global spending could be lining your pockets. When you realize just how much money there is to be made from e-commerce, and specifically from eBay, you can see that you and I could be taking nothing more than a tiny slice of that billion-dollar pie. And so in September, when Jenny Price of Florida made $42,897, or in October, when Harvey Willis of North Carolina made $46,108, those profits don't even make a dent in the enormous profits that eBay makes each and every month. Perhaps you've tried in the past to make money online and failed. Well, guess what? It's not your fault. Unless you have a master's degree in marketing from some prestigious university, then making money online can be almost impossible. In fact, not too long ago, I was where you are now. And that's because I'm no marketing guru or e-com expert. In fact, I'm just a humble artist. My name's Dan Wright, and drawing and creating has always been my greatest passion. If you were to take a look at my high school math book, you would see more doodles in the corners of the pages than equations in the center. I went to college in California, and I shared a room with Warren Paul, a business and finance undergraduate. Our respective sides of the room couldn't have been more different. Mine was covered in sketches, paintings, and old pizza boxes. His was neat and orderly, with houseplants that he tended to as if they were his children. But despite our obvious differences, we were best buddies. He was my beer pong teammate, my wingman, and the guy I went to for advice. Warren was always a big admirer of my art, and one day he came to me with a bold idea: to start a business. My designs were bright, eye-catching, and trippy, and Warren expressed that they would look perfect on skateboards and surfboards. He said that he'd handle all the business side of things, and all I had to do was create new designs that were the right size and shape, and we'd get started. As you can probably imagine, I was super excited by the idea. To make money doing what I loved, with my best friend. What could have been better? Of course, it takes time for something like that to get off the ground. We needed a name, a logo, a website, a supplier, a printer, storage, packaging. In fact, we were both putting more time and effort into logistical planning for our business than we were into our studies. And partying completely fell by the wayside. But before the end of term, starting small with a few t-shirts, we were up and running and making sales. From there, business grew quickly, and we expanded into skateboards, surfboards, and backpacks. And I started to recognize my designs in skate parks. That was an incredible feeling. But Warren was always insistent that we put 100% of the profits back into the business, so I didn't see a penny, which meant I had to try very hard to think of the bigger picture when eating ramen noodles and microwave dinners every night. Looking back now, I suppose there were early indicators that something wasn't quite right. Like, how could Warren afford an iPhone when I was still using a Nokia with a smashed screen? How could he afford new speakers, new computer? And how could he afford to take Debbie Price, who was very much out of his league, out on expensive dates? I suppose I assumed that his family were rich and gave him money. Needless to say, I was young, trusting, and naive. Anyway, to cut a long story very short, after 2 years and thousands of sales, Warren walked away with the lot. As he'd taken care of all the paperwork, he'd been able to completely screw me over. The company was entirely in his name, and he'd been withdrawing hefty profits from the business the entire time. And so I'd been nothing more than a hard-working, unpaid employee. And after talking to a cheap lawyer and making a futile attempt at getting half of what I knew was mine, I walked away with no money, no company, and the knowledge that I'd been completely betrayed by my best friend. For months I was depressed. My whole life had been turned upside down. I just didn't know what to do. I still had rent to pay and heaps of credit card debt, and to make matters worse, my mom had just been diagnosed with early-onset Parkinson's disease. And as well as needing a lot of physical and emotional support, she also had stacks of medical bills to pay. I had to get money, and fast. But despite my best efforts, I couldn't make a comeback into the world of e-commerce without Warren's business expertise. I spent hours at the kitchen table, slumped over my laptop, reading blogs, watching tutorials, and trying to learn all that I could about online retail. But even with my blood, sweat, and tears, I couldn't make so much as a single sale. Things felt utterly hopeless. Then one night, I got a message from another college buddy, Jason Locke, who was now based in New York, but back in town for a wedding, and he was asking to meet up. I realized then it had been months since I socialized, so I agreed to meet him that night in a local bar. After a couple of beers and chatting about his stunning fiancée and upcoming wedding, he asked me, "So, how's business?" And that's when I told him the whole story. Jason was stunned. He couldn't believe that our mutual friend had betrayed me in such a devastating way. Needless to say, Jason called him every name under the sun and exclaimed that he would never talk to that scumbag again. But Jason also gave me something more than moral support. He gave me a solution to my problems. It turned out that Jason had become quite the success story since leaving college. He had a penthouse apartment in the city, a 6-bedroom house in the suburbs, a Porsche, a Jaguar, and a sailing boat. And he owed all of that to eBay. Jason had developed a system called the eBay formula, which he used to make more than $500,000 each year from eBay. And sales were coming in automatically. Well, he was golfing, skiing, traveling, and watching football. I couldn't believe it. I'd been working tirelessly for absolutely no gain, while Jason was making millions from virtually no work whatsoever. Luckily for me, though, Jason took pity on my plight. He decided then and there to give the eBay formula to me. Of course, I was extremely grateful and keen to try it out, but I maintained more than a healthy bit of skepticism. I had, after all, become accustomed to failure and disappointment. And so the next day, I opened the eBay formula, and in less than 20 minutes, I was completely set up on eBay and ready to make sales. But I had errands to run, and so I went about my day as previously planned. But then, when I checked my emails that evening, I couldn't believe my eyes. My inbox was full of purchase notifications. While walking the dog and grocery shopping with my girlfriend, online customers were buying my products. In just one day, I'd made $1,289 from almost no work whatsoever. And from there, I was unstoppable. Each and every day, customers were filling up my bank account with their money. In fact, after just 1 month on eBay, I was $46,209.34 in profit. I just couldn't believe it. Making money with the eBay formula was so easy. In the past, I'd wasted so much time trying to create my own Shopify store, only to be left confused and not a dollar better off. With the eBay formula, there was absolutely nothing for me to do, and so I started making sales immediately. What's more, with the eBay formula, I discovered how to make sales without having to buy any products myself. This means there was nothing at all for me to store, package, or ship to customers. And as I didn't need a warehouse, I could run my business entirely from my smartphone. This also means that there is zero upfront investment, and so anyone can get started today even if you have less than $50 in your bank account.
You know, I thought that being a merchant on eBay would be involving, having boxes stacked way up to the ceiling in the garage and then having to run to the post office every 10 minutes. But boy, was I wrong. With the eBay formula, I bypass all of that and don't feel like I'm doing any work whatsoever. On most mornings, I spend no more than just a few minutes on my phone checking eBay while I'm literally still in bed. Then I get about my day as usual, as sales come in automatically. The eBay formula truly is a godsend.
And accessing this powerful system won't cost you a fortune. Although the true market value of the eBay formula is $2,995, you won't be paying anything close to that amount. That's because for a limited time only, you can access the full system for a one-time payment of the amount you see on screen. And that's for full access to the money-making system that's turning ordinary people into millionaires. This could be the best investment you'll ever make. And I know that money might be tight right now. I was once where you are, with bills to pay and mouths to feed. But don't worry, your purchase will be protected by a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not completely satisfied with this game-changing system, I'll give you a full refund. You have absolutely nothing to lose here. Either you make money from eBay, or you get your money back. This is a zero-risk offer. The eBay formula is a consistent, stable, long-term solution for anyone who is serious about making money online. If a passive online income is not something that interests you, then I suggest you click away from this page. Go back to your regular job and leave this system for someone who really wants and needs it. However, if you are interested in making money for a minimal amount of effort, then you need to enter your email address on this page and sign up right now. This is what my bank balance looked like after 1 year. And I'm not showing you this to brag. Far from it. I'm showing you this to inspire. As of right now, you have the opportunity to access the exact same system that I used to make that money. With this system, absolutely anyone has the potential to make money, as everything has been taken care of for you. All you need to do is spend just a few minutes getting set up, and from there you can get started making money. But if you do want to get your hands on the eBay formula, then you need to act fast, as this site can't stay up forever. Jason doesn't want his system to get into the wrong hands. That's why he's offering the eBay formula to just a select few lucky individuals, and one of them should be you. I know you're ambitious. I know you want to be successful. And that's why you need the eBay formula. With this incredible system, ordinary people are becoming wealthy from doing almost no work whatsoever. Now is your chance to join them. And although the eBay formula makes everything entirely self-explanatory, I will nevertheless be here to guide you every step of the way. And so if you have any question, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, please get in touch. I check my emails 7 days per week, and I will act as your personal mentor for success. So what are you waiting for? This is a completely risk-free opportunity for you to change your life forever. Don't think about this for another second. Just fill in your email address on this page and sign up right now. This could be the greatest financial opportunity of your lifetime. Don't miss this. If you don't claim one of those coveted spots, then someone else will. So sign up on this page right now before it's too late. And I'll talk to you again in just a moment.